Hi, and welcome to the April First Friday Art Walk. Meet Sarah Evergreen of the Fine Arts Building. Sarah, can you tell us a little bit what kind of work you do?
I work in two mediums primarily, in paper and ink drawing and in wood burning. So there's a lot of overlap between the two of them. The paper and ink drawing becomes a wood burn. The wood burn inspires drawing. So there's a lot of movement between the two of them.
Oh, that's very cool. Can you tell us what's your background?
Yeah. So I come from a background of writing, and for a long time that is just primarily or only really what I thought of myself when it came to art. It wasn't until recently, within the last few years, that I started working with visual art, and from there I've traveled to India and immersed myself a little bit in their kind of art, and brought back this love of mandala. And so that informs a lot of my work and is where my inspiration really sprouted from to create visual art.
Oh, very cool. So why do you make this type of art?
I find it very meditative. I have a very anxious mind, something I think a lot of us have to navigate in this kind of crazy world that we live in. Even pre-COVID, it was just a lot. And the work that I do tends to be very specific, um, fairly detail-oriented, and when I sit down in front of my sketch pad or in front of my piece of wood that I'm burning, I can drop into a space where all of that stuff kind of quiets down, and I can bring more to the forefront different aspects of myself that I really appreciate and derive a lot of nourishment from, namely my spiritual practices. So in my work, you'll see a lot of influence from my work with deities and my work with meditation and the occult and arts like that definitely spring up a lot. And so when I'm in front of my sketch pad, when I'm drawing or when I'm burning, I have a chance to then really meditate on whatever the theme of the piece is, whether it's, my connection to a particular deity. I can meditate on who they are, what they represent to me, what kinds of things they elicit from me. And I find that to be quite valuable in just being human and being able to interact with the rest of what being human is in a way that's a little bit more graceful than maybe I would be able to otherwise.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Do you have any upcoming projects you're excited about?
Yeah, pretty soon, after a little road trip that I'm about to go on, I'm going to delve into a tarot card project. So I have a lot of pieces of wood that are scrap from an RV renovation me and my partner have been doing, primarily my partner, to be fair. But I have a lot of this scrap wood that otherwise would just be thrown away. It's not even something that one could burn in a bonfire because of the way that it's put together with glues and such. So I'll be taking those pieces and starting with the major arcana, burning each of the tarot cards in turn. I might stop with the major arcana because there are a lot of tarot cards and that's a lot of work. But once I get, that's the project, is the major arcana to start with. Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it because, again, it allows me to get into that space where I'm really deeply connecting with the card and what it means and how I can both see it in my life and others' lives and bring to forefront in my life maybe the more positive or transformative aspects of each card. So it'll be a really, I think, on some level, a transformative process for the artist as well as for the medium.
Wow, awesome. Anything else we should know? Can you give us your contact info?
Well, before that, I wanted to let everybody know that starting today, for First Friday Art Walk, 3 of my pieces will be up in the Allied Arts Gallery for the Rare exhibit. It's an exhibit that focuses on recycled materials and eco-friendly artwork. So you can go there and check it out. There's a big piece on palmistry, as well as 2 tarot cards, one major arcana and one is the Queen of Wands, I have a deep connection with her. So go check those out. And you can find me online at squeakiescauldron.com. I'm going to be having a shop up soon, I hope, either on my website or on Etsy or both. And you can also find me at Instagram at squeakies_cauldron. Or if you want to get in touch with me directly, my email address is squeakiescauldron@gmail.com.
Thanks so much, Sarah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing more of your work.
Thank you.
Hello from Studio 105. This is Sacha, and I wanted to send an update from my bench in the month of March. This client came to me with 3 rings, a ring from her grandmother, a ring from her mother, and a ring she was no longer wearing from her marriage and now divorce. She wanted to combine all 3 of them into one special ring that she would be able to wear for a while and then pass down to her daughter. So I worked with this client and her daughter together to come up with this design, and I just love it. Man, it sparkles. Diamonds, diamonds, diamonds. What a fun project. Thanks so much to this client for letting me share here. And if you're interested in finding my work and connecting with me, please feel free to reach out. You can find my email address and more pictures of remodels and things at my website, goldsmithdesigner.com. You can reach me by phone at 904-233-9056. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Goldsmith Designer. Would love to connect with you if you've got something you're no longer wearing and want to transform. By all means, let's take a look.